What is happening, Cat family? We back with another video. This video gonna be quick, very quick, short, and straight to the point. Today we're talking about consistency. We're gonna talk about the benefits of consistency and how being consistent is the end all be all. For real. So let's get right into it. Being consistent in whatever endeavor you're doing is going to pay off, because after a while you become an expert. You go from intermediate to expert. Over time, though, it doesn't happen immediately. It happens over time. It takes months, years. It goes over time. It really takes weeks. In order to build consistency, you have to build habits. How to build a habit? It takes 21 days to form a habit of something. 21 days consistently builds that habit of that thing that you desire to acquire, right? With that being said, it's like you repeatedly do something. You go ahead and do it over and over and over. Even when you're tired, even when it feels uncomfortable, even though it's boring, you still do it. That consistency is still there. That consistency is always going to still be there. Because when it's time for you to go ahead and perform and outdo, you'll be able to do those things effortlessly, with no pressure, no problems. Also, the cool benefit of being consistent is that consistency translates into other things also. So from you doing this endeavor, it translates into other endeavors from being consistent. So like, let's say I was consistent in getting straight A's, right? For me, being consistent in getting straight A's, that translates into other avenues outside of school. Let's say I'm consistent with writing. I'm consistent in being proficient in making furniture. Consistency. Because at first you weren't good at making furniture, but then you learned how to make the furniture. You were consistent in learning how to have certain curves, different stains. You get me? And that builds that texture for whatever endeavor you want to go into. So it's all about consistency. Consistency builds a lot of things. It's like they include that with discipline. Consistency and discipline go hand in hand. They're literally the same thing. But just having that in itself is so important. And you'd be like, oh, it sounds plain, but it's so simple. Like, just you going and putting yourself forward and being consistent, you could apply that to anything you want. So always think about that when you want to go into any activities, hobbies, lifestyle, entrepreneurship, freelancing. Always understand that by you being consistent, people will see that consistency and people will gravitate towards that because they see that you're consistent. So it starts with you first, then that transmutates into other things and translates into other things also, like where people are going to want to approach you, want to work with you because they see that you're disciplined, you're consistent. Now, you're going to attract what you get. Like attracts like. So always, that's the key points today. Pretty much just being consistent is having discipline. Being consistent builds the texture of what you want to have for yourself. And then lastly, consistency builds mastery, goes into mastery. So that's pretty much it, man. Hope you all enjoyed the video and see you on the next one.